Let's see if we have any vehicles hiding underneath the surface there. Has potential, that's for sure. Oh, we have a car. James Frederick Antonson here in Killeen, Texas, has been missing since June 10th of 2021, just over a year and a half ago. Now, the thing with this one is we have no picture of him. We don't even know what he's driving. It just says, he's missing with car. Now, the family said that James left around 6 p.m. to go check out a fishing spot. He didn't take his fishing gear, according to the family. Is he really looking for a fishing spot when he's from the area and he knows the area? That's the unknown for what we have right here. Now, the thing is, in the summer months, in June, it does not get dark until around 9:30 with the sun setting at 8:30 p.m. that day, which means practically every single boat ramp in the area, in my opinion, is going to be busy. So here we are, a year and a half later, here in Killeen, Texas, looking for 65-year-old James. What we know is a vehicle's missing, and for us, after a vehicle's been missing for over a year and a half, it's only one logical place for us to search, and that's going to be underwater. So we start breaking it down with where did James live, up in Killeen, a 5-mile radius of any potential bodies of water. So we'll start here at the lake, the closest boat ramp to his house. I have 8 locations picked out today. I'm going to show those to you later, only if I don't find James in this one.
For families who have all but given up on finding their loved ones, this team is a last hope. Civilian divers cracking cold cases for free.
Now, the thing is, taking a look at this particular location, going back to the knowing that sunset was 8:30, it gets dark around 9:30, going directly from his house to here at 6 p.m. is not likely, in my opinion, because it's summer months, boats are coming in and out. So where does one go if he is in the water for 3.5, 4 hours, if this is a self-harm checkout scenario? We just don't have those answers. So a lot of times we're left speculating and with our theories, and it's just the way it goes and how we get to the conclusion of where should we check next. Let's go see if we can find a car here, huh? There you go. 6 feet. A lot of undergrowth here, a lot of weeds. So when we have a lot of foliage like this, and grass and undergrowth, it's going to change our search grid a little bit. Normally we would just be casting 75 feet left and right, but because there's so much foliage, we have to tighten it up and be able to identify if anything's straight down. All right, so if a vehicle is floated out here, it's going to be about this is going to be our max distance on it. We're plenty deep to hide a vehicle, especially in this clarity. The issue is the amount of foliage. It's 6 feet deep. God, there's just way too much grass in here. So if you look at like LiveScope right now, you have 7 feet to the bottom, but then you have 6 feet of growth coming up. And we're looking for a car. Car's going to be 4.5 to 5 feet. So it can definitely hide it. So what we're looking for is like a little indentation blip that's going to give us just a little bit of an indentation in the shadow, but that's why we're tightening up our search pattern so much than we normally. Normally we'll be able to see 75 feet left, 75 feet right, and with a nice clean bottom somewhere in there, we're going to end up with a nice big shadow of a car. But unfortunately, with the foliage like this, we are not going to get any type of a shadow like that. Yeah, it's going to be a something's missing that area, that there's no growth happening. I think what's going to happen on this one is we'll do a few more passes here. I have zero confidence in that this entire area is clear at this moment in time. So what I'm going to do is we're going to head down past the bridge to where I have another potential location that I'm thinking of for my location number 2. We'll see if it's the same as this, see if we can clear it, and then what we'll do is we'll come back inside. We actually have a magnetometer now that we'll be able to pull out. We'll put it in the other boat, and that will tell us if we have any large metal objects the size of a car. We'll be able to pinpoint it. Well, it is picking up the boat ramp, so that's good. That gives me a little more confidence that we're clearing the area properly. I'll do one more pass, 20, 30 feet that way. That's kind of where we want to be on the other side of them, on that bridge. So I'm not feeling real confident in how shallow it gets over here. So I think it's going to get too shallow here. Yeah, see, look right here. What I was interested in is coming up off of this cliff right here. There's a road up above, but you can see the distance from you would have to travel through. There's no clearing. That's number 1. Number 2, coming off that cliff in order to get to the water, and then you're looking at this foliage right here. You can see how shallow it gets, but as you look closer to the shoreline as well, you see all the downed trees and the logs are sticking out. So that's only going to be, 18 inches to 2 feet deep. So any vehicle that would have gone in there is going to be sticking out for sure. So that's going to take location number 2 off of my list 100%, but we're going to go back to location number 1. Let's go put the magnetometer together and see if we can identify any vehicles underwater there that are hiding. So this is the magnetometer. What this does is it senses the magnetic field, the magnetic pull of the Earth. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set, pretty much calibrate it for the area that we're at right now. And then this is going to give us a nice big reading. It's a nice big spike is what it's gonna do. If we have a car object down there, it's going to spike 3,000 to 5,000 for a big old spike. In simplest of terms, I guess it's just a great big metal detector is what it is. Now this is going to be 2 things here. One is we have a tablet here that's going to allow us to see all of our GPS readings, coordinates, readouts. It's going to screen record for us. So we'll get it plugged in, turned on, and we'll show you some of those settings. Now, one of the first things you have to do, once we get out onto the water, we're going to come in here to the settings, but I'll show you what we're going to do here. We're going to go into the settings, and we're going to come down to our tuning. It's going to say, all right, you have this amount of metal that's around you, like in your boat. You have this much gravitational pull depending on where you're at in the Earth. The further north you go, the more of a gravitational pull that you're going to have. The further south, like down here in Texas, the settings are going to be different than when we were up in Oregon. And so that's what the tuning is going to do. So it has a full automatic, takes about 5 minutes, a semi, because we're close to where we were last time. That's where we're going to go to. We'll hit enter, and then we'll let that do a quick little tune for us. All right. It appears as though it's recording and everything's working now. All right, all of our settings are tuned. I got screen recording going, got an alarm set. I'm gonna be most interested in all this foliage that we went over earlier. Let's see if we have any vehicles hiding underneath the surface there. So when I come over the ramp, I'm gonna expect to be picking up some rebar in the ramp that's in the concrete. It's gonna be my guess. But we're looking for a nice reading of, 1,500 to 4,000 is kind of what we're looking for. This should give us a reading of like 500 to 800 is my guess. So there's 500 that it just gave us. So nothing big there. So we had a little bit of a reading back here, so we'll go focus on that after we scan this a little bit more. But right now, so far, the readings are not big enough for a vehicle. I'm gonna be coming back over a spot that I had a nice reading when I first started out. So I should be coming up on it right about now. We'll see if it gives me a reading. Yeah, we're just not getting the same reading we did before. I think we'll do 2 more passes off the ramp and in, and I feel really confident about clearing this area. It's just not giving us any big spikes or readings. To give you a little bit of a reading and update, right now, because we're so close to the trailer, we're on the boat ramp, we have the rebar that's in the concrete. We're getting everything that's yellow here is going to give us a greater than 500 alarm reading is what that's doing. That's why it's beeping. But as we were out here and we were moving around the area, these little red dots were areas of interest anytime it triggered more than 500. But what we were looking for is we were looking for something in the 1,500 to 3,000 range, and none of that gave us any of those readings. But with the GPS, we were able to, change our tracks, go back over, double check, and like I said, none of those gave us the reading that we were looking for. All right, well, that clears this area with the magnetometer. I feel really confident that the magnetometer settings and readings were accurate. We're going to jump onto the other computer in just a moment, show you the other 6 locations that we're going to be interested in today and why. But, the last thing I just want to say is, thank you to each and every one of you, our viewers, who have put us in this position simply by liking our videos, which is free, subscribing, which is also free over on YouTube. It really helps us. It helps the algorithm. So that way we can get out here and help these families free of charge to them. We don't charge them a dime. We also don't charge law enforcement anything. The magnetometer also was purchased with donations from you guys, so we really appreciate you guys stepping up and helping us purchase this magnetometer, so that way we can double check these areas and it never leaves a doubt in our mind that we have to come back and say, all right, we have 6-7 feet of foliage here. Did we miss James today? We didn't miss him at this location, so let's pack up and get down the road to the next location. Okay, so when we come into these areas, we want to break it down as I was mentioning earlier. We want to talk about, where did he live? Where did he work? Where did he go to school? Anything that we know about him, where did he potentially fish? Right now, we don't have any of that information other than kind of sort of where he lived in a neighborhood here in town. So I've marked that one here as his home area over on James Loop. Now I start building the profile of, well, he mentioned that he's going to go check out a fishing spot. But then you have coming back to the 6 p.m., it's daylight for the next 3.5 hours. So then it's like, all right, well, most locations here at the lake, in fact, every location that we have marked today is going to be, in my opinion, very public during that time. There's going to be a lot of congestion and people there. So with that 5-mile radius, we start building a profile. So this first ring that I have here is the red ring, is a 5-mile radius. I then have a 10-mile radius and a 15-mile radius. So going from his home to the first closest boat ramp right through town here, right down the highway, boat ramp number 1, we now have cleared that, both with a magnetometer, side scan, down imaging, as well as with live scope. We then went down to location number 2 here, and the reason why I picked it is because you can see off of the road up here that drops in, but as we got over to it, we as you saw on camera, the water level is really low. We're currently here in January of 2023 doing the search. I then start looking at what else is within this 5 mile radius. Well, we have a location number 7 up here. When it's not real probable for me at this moment, that's why I made it location number 7 for me. And the reason for it is, yes, it could be a fishing spot. It could be a potential accident that he puts into gear. It could also be secluded to where he's going to do this on purpose. But right now, I don't feel as though it's going to be a deeper body of water, because as you look at the map here, sometimes the water level is up, sometimes it's low. But when it's lower, could that drop off? Absolutely. Is the water clarity at a level to where it could hide a vehicle, even just a few inches under the water? Absolutely. So we're going to keep that as the one and only one within our 5 mile radius. However, a deeper body of water, a bigger body of water, fishing spots, that's what we're focused on. Location number 3, even though 4 is closer to where we're at, location number 3 is just a little bit further, not too far down where you would turn off to number 4. But what I really like about this one is even on a summer day, it could be a little more secluded. So you come in, come out to the very end, and it's a boat ramp. We're looking for locations that are easy. Remember, we have a vehicle. We don't know what type of vehicle, but we find that most of the time, people are not going to get out and unlock gates. They're not going to go 4x and off-road to that one special location to end up in the water. So I like this one because it is secluded. Anyway, if location number 3 comes up as a failure, we're just gonna motor right across to location number 4, and we're going to look at this boat ramp here, and we'll also check out some of the area around the peninsula here. This one is a lot less likely, in my opinion, because you have these little day huts that people have for, you know, it looks like it's a campground as well. So it looks like people are gonna be there. My location number 5 is a boat ramp, but I chose not to, we're not even going to go there. And the reason for it is because it's a marina in June, in summer, 100%. If there was a vehicle that was going to go in at this location, somebody would have seen it. That does bring us back over to number 6 as we come across and around the lake. A little more secluded again, which is what I like. Again, it is during the summer, and there are other little huts and picnic spots that people are going to be at. So it's not as secluded, but if he would have not come down to number 1, but he would have stayed on the north side of the lake, really logically, it could be our next main target. I'm really interested in location number 3 because it is so much more secluded than the other ones. Anyway, we clear number 6 and we don't find James there. We're then going to jump up to location number 7. And I believe that that's going to be our last location of the day. That should take us to late into the afternoon for our searches today. Should we find that all of those come up a bust today, we do have a game plan for tomorrow. We'll have a couple of locations that I found kind of up north of town here. It looks like we have a couple of little secluded fishing ponds, you know, the older gentleman that doesn't like the crowds. This pond right here could absolutely be, you know, on our radar. Same thing with this one over here. It looks like you might have like a little earthen dam over here. Could be a little bit deeper right here. So we have planned 2 days in the area. If James is in the area, in a car, underwater, we're gonna do everything we can to find him and bring him home. So the thing with this one here, you can see they've got the picnic tables. So again, coming back to mid-June, technically it has a gate at the front that says, you know, you can use the park until sunset, which is 8:30, and you stay till dark, 9:30. The thing about this side though that I do like is, let's say that everybody's leaving and he's the only one that's left in here if this is that type of a scenario. Now you have the boat ramp by yourself, you turn the lights off, even though there's a campground and a boat ramp on the other side that will search if this one's clear. With the lights off, like I said, it's nice and secluded, nobody's around. We are, oh, we're actually not that far away from that other last location too. It's actually just right there. So we could hit all three of these just at the same time while we're right here. All right, 4 feet deep. 10 feet deep. Oh yeah, see, we're plenty deep here. 11 feet deep. Very likely here. I like it when it just gets smooth there, like you see on LifeScope there. Nice and clean bottom. 25 feet deep, 27 feet. Has potential, that's for sure. Oh, we have a car. Right there. See that? That is a lot farther out than I thought we would. But that is 100%. Let's go around it a couple times. 30 feet deep. Is this James? In my opinion, at this moment in time, the car looks older. Like it's been down here for 10 to 15 years. But you never know. See it on side imaging? Shows off to the right just a little bit. So see where my clear bubbles are at, the tracks that we just came across? So we're gonna move over just a little bit to put ourselves right over the top of it. Yeah, there it is. So we're passing it right now, and you can see it on side scan right there. Very clear, plain as day. Looks like it's, the back of it is facing the ramp, and the front of it is facing this other side over here. What I'll do is get the magnet, we'll go right on it. And then what we'll do, since the boat's still in the water, we're gonna finish scanning this area, see if we have any other cars in this area. We'll also go check the rest of the area at those other 2 locations and see if we have anything else. All right, so now you see the magnet going down on LifeScope. It's at 12 feet now, 16 feet. We're gonna drop it down to 30, and then we're gonna go back over where the car's at and lock it on, put a buoy on it. It's at 30 feet there. Okay. So let's go find it. There's coming up on it there on LifeScope. All right, so there's my magnet. There we go, it's hitting it. See a 4-door, old car. So at least it's sitting upright, so we'll be able to explore inside of it. So the point of a car being in here is definitely going to be, 1, proof that a car can make it in. And while I feel as though it's, 10, 15, 20 years old, based upon the size of it, the shape of it, and how far it sunk into the lake bed, it could still be possible that this is James as well. Yeah, see, this one's shallower, it looks like. Got some grass over here. No, it's still 28 feet deep here. All right, so there's a car. It's gonna be from here to the ramp now. It's about as far out as the car will be. 14, 13, 12, 11. No car. Yeah, you can see the bottom here now. It's so shallow. All right, no car at this ramp. So this over here is going to be our location number 6, the Dana Peak Park, which, as I was pointing out earlier on the Sartopo map, is our location number 6, which is on the north side. So you either had location 1 closest to his house or location number 6 closest to his house on this lake. So at Dana Point here, you have, it's a campground as well. So that means in the summertime, I'm gonna say it's 100% sold out. regardless of what day of the week it is. So you're not bringing a car in past the campers into the water over an embankment, in my opinion. We're gonna go ahead and scan it, and we're gonna take that scan all the way up around the point to the actual boat ramp, where the boat ramp could be an after hours thing. But just to make sure, we're gonna go ahead and clear it. Do we have a car here? We might have a car out here. It's upside down. If it is a car, let's identify it. Okay, we just went over it there. There it is. I don't think that's a car. Well, but at one angle, when we were heading at 90 the other way, it looked like I had wheels on it. This way, the length of it was not long enough. Yeah, see off to the right though. It's a car off to the right. Is that a car or is it a rock? See, when you look at it there, it's only 2.5 feet tall though. That's the biggest issue I'm having. See, it's just bouncing on it. See, it's only 24 inches tall. And it's not locking on at all. See, I'm not seeing any definitive windows. I'm not seeing any definitive tires. I'm seeing what I want to see. And we're also not locking on. And I should be getting some metal shavings then. And I am. I'm getting a few. Yeah, that's a really old car. Old. That's why it's so buried. Only 24 inches. But a newer car, especially one that's only been under there a year and a half, is not going to have metal shavings like that. Yes to a car, no to what we're looking for. You can see the bottom here. 4 feet, 4.5, 5. This far out. So let's go hit that boat ramp that's up here. And we'll go back, suit up, and go make a dive. Now the reason why we didn't keep scanning once we came around that point is because it got so shallow there, and you can see how the shore just comes down nice and shallow. In addition to that, you're no longer at those campsites that you actually have a fence and a railing between the road and the bank coming into the water now. So for that reason, we're gonna just jetting it up as quick as we can, up around the point here. Once we get around this point, that's where the boat ramp's going to be. 35 feet. Another nice straight shot though. Just nice ramps around here too. And right about that 20-foot mark is where that weed grass starts growing. All right, one more pass and this one's clear. All right, we can turn sonar off and let's head on back. So we just have the one car in, what are they, Stillwater Hollow? Still Hollow? Whatever lake this is. Just the one car. We've covered location 1, 2, 3, 4, skipped number 5 because it's the marina, hit number 6, and then that will leave us just one more location within our 5-mile radius later on if this is not the vehicle we're looking for. We're also going to, we're gonna grab some lunch right now, but after lunch I'm gonna show you window breakers. Normally, now here's the thing, normally if the windows are up, we would not be breaking out windows. However, it's going to be a little bit different this time, and we're gonna talk about that in just a minute right after lunch. One thing we're going to do a little bit different on this one is we are going to actually be breaking the window out. Now I know that if you've watched us in the past, it's not something that we normally do. However, what we're dealing with today is we don't know what car we're looking for. And if all of the windows are up, we need to be able to identify is this the car that we're looking for? And is James inside? Or is somebody else inside? So while underwater, we're going to be using a window breaker. Now, this is the new 2023 version. You may have purchased one of these from us in the past on our website. This is really an expired patent. Like, this design is over 20 years old. We had these redesigned this year. Really, a lot of the difference is this one will break up to 7-8 millimeter glass, whereas the ones of years past would only do 4 millimeter. You'll see that the pin is much smaller and it doesn't protrude that much further. When I compare it to this one here, much better spring mechanism, bigger pin, and you'll also see that that protrudes a lot further out. In addition to the 2023 version being rebuilt from the ground up, a lot stronger, we listened to you also when you said, hey, I'm a little confused on how you use it. So we put on the side of it, push, so that way it's a little more clear as to which end you're supposed to use. A lot of you didn't know what to do with this one. We also put a nice little translucent cover on here, so that way the blade is not exposed. We also tightened it up. You can see how that one is a lot looser. We had issues with keys coming off. So with the new 2023 version, we went with 3.5, I don't know, call it kilograms, whatever weight, so it's a little harder for that to come off. In addition to that, a lot of you were saying, hey, what happens if I have a key fob? Where am I going to put this? So included in every single one of the window breakers, we do have a visor clip. We have some extra zip ties as well as some extra keychains. So that way you have a variety of places you can attach it, whether it's to your visor, let's say maybe your air vent, around your turn signal, maybe on the back of your headrest. One good thing that you might want to think about, maybe pick up 4 of them, 1 for each seat. So that way you have 2 on the visor and then 2 for the passengers in the back, just in case anything happens. Because the thing is out of 50% of the cases that we have solved, in my personal opinion, had they had a window breaker, they would have had a much greater chance of escaping the vehicle as it was going underwater. Now, as far as the potential of losing evidence, let's say that James is in the car and I'm going to be breaking out the windows to verify he's there. I'm not going to be tampering with the evidence, but I am also not ruining or hindering our chances of getting James and the car out. Right now, the vehicle is facing straight out from the ramp. The trunk of it is facing the ramp. Therefore, with it being on its wheels, it's going to be no problem at all to hook it up at the rear wheels and to simply drag it straight back. The car's not going to flip, no contents are going to come out of the car, and we're going to be able to recover James if he's in the car without losing any evidence at all. Not the car we're looking for. It's either an old Lincoln. I think it's an old Lincoln. I don't think it's a Cadillac, but anyway, it's so old it has like kind of the flaring on both the front and the rear for the fenders. Blue in color. Window breaker. Works so much better than the old expired patented one that we used to have. So it definitely worked really well, especially even on a car that's been under there for 15, 20 years on those old windows. Unfortunately, we've not found James, but the good news is this car has now been cleared, and I'm doubting that anybody's ever been on that car to ever clear that one before, because it was not, all the windows were up, and it's so silted in, nobody opened the doors on it. Now that doesn't mean that somebody's not in the trunk, but there's just simply no way for us to clear the trunk unless we pull the entire car. But our mission is to find James on this one. So we're gonna head back to shore, and we have one more location to hit before the sun starts setting this evening. All right, let's go pull up that last location. I don't remember where it's at. So we'll pull it up from our computer Sartopo that we were looking at this morning. We'll head over to the last location of the day before the sun sets. All right, so let's see where that last location was at. There it is. All right, so we just finished up at the location number 3 is where the car was at. We searched 4 across the way and we found that car. The really, really old one was right here. So we're gonna go hit number 7 right now. So in order for us to get to number 7, if I follow this on the map here, it's gonna curve. That's the lake. And I believe that it's right here at this interchange. Yeah, that looks like it. And we want to be on this side of it here. So I need to figure out how to get to it. And we come into it from the neighborhood over here, I believe. Bucharest and that. All right, I think that's going to get us close right there. Okay, let's head up there and put eyes on it.
Route.
Can we get in this road here? What does it say? Road closed. Looks like it's open. Notice. Oh, it's a regular road. What kind of a road is it? Notice. By entering this installation, you consent to the search of your person's vehicle, blah, concealed. I don't know what this actually is. That's kind of weird for like what appears to be a public road here. Like what kind of a facility are we entering? All right, so the next right should then take us back here to this Pershing Lake. So it shows on here, there's a road right there. There's a road right here. Now what does that say? Now entering Fort Military Installation. Recreation activities are only authorized after meeting requirements set forth by the Fort Hood Area Access Program. Contact the supervisor. Oh, there's actually a gate and a fence down there. You can't even get onto the property. Okay, so that answers that question. So if we go to where we're at right here, at Methvin, and you come down here, that right there, that you can see down the road, that's an entire fence and gate that when you look close at it, it goes around the entire lake right here. And so you can't get up on there at all. Maybe it's this that's fenced. Is the recreational area here that we're in because we came in through that fence over there? What if that lake is actually on the outside of it? So I'm gonna say, for kicks, let's go up here on whatever this road is up here. Let's make our way up here and see if we can get off right here and just drive straight down there. So let's go right there and start.
Head northwest toward Methvin Loop.
Okay, let's do that. So we can't get the drone up because it's a restricted area. He just tried it. And if you look straight down there, you can actually see the gate right there. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you? Have you guys seen 2 pugs?
Haven't seen any pugs.
No?
No. Is this like a base that we're on or what is this?
Yeah.
Okay, now the lake that's over here, is that off of the base or is that on the base? Because it looks like the fence, like if you go down this road, like there's a fence and a gate there to get through. But it looks like if you come in off of this road up here, looks like there's no more fence there and that you might be able to just like hop down through there and get to it.
Yeah,
That's what they do. Yeah.
that's what everybody does.
Okay,
Just call the MPs, ask permission, tell them you guys are doing something, and they'll give you guys.
okay, yeah, I tried calling this number here, but they didn't.
There's a few MPs right now rolling around.
Yeah.
You might find one.
Okay.
To sit in this parking lot.
Okay.
Like where that
So just go look for them and.
Honestly, they're right here.
Okay, sounds
If not, I could give you the MPO.
good. Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Good luck on your pug, and yeah, I'll call you if I see any pugs running around. You're welcome. Have a good one. So everybody just goes around the fence anyway. But it looks like if we like sneak off of that road over there, that we can actually drop down into the lake area. Let's go see if we can find an MP.
Turn right onto Washington Street.
All right, hang out here. Let's go ask him real quick. Hey, how are you? Yeah, hey, we're doing a search looking for a missing gentleman. Went missing about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Him and his vehicle are missing.
Okay.
Right now, the Pershing Lake is the only place within the 5-mile radius.
Are you talking about the one right over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people, civilians, do they ever sneak on there, or what's the...
A lot of the times they'll jump over the fence, but we don't have like cameras or anything out there.
And so I guess where I'm going with this question, because we have an entire vehicle that's missing. So is there any way to get into that property, or is the entire property fenced from coming into here?
Yeah, so I know there's a fence line on 190 right here.
Yep.
There is a fence line that runs along.
Okay, so 100% this entire area is fenced.
Yeah, it's fenced off.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for.
Yep.
So that way, if a vehicle was to bust through there, you guys would have known it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one clears that one for me is what
yeah.
I'm asking. Awesome. Hey, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you. Have a good night. That's good news, bad news. Good news is James is not on the property. 100% I'm going to say that he is not. The entire thing is fenced. To the north where I thought that you could jump in, you cannot. That means that we are going to continue this one on day 2. So if you've not done so already, be sure to check out the links down below for the window breaker. Be sure to subscribe, which is free, and turn on that bell notification so that way you get a notice when we upload the next video after this one for part 2. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye. Got a tire down there. He made the statement to the family that he's going to go check out a fishing spot, yet he didn't have any fishing gear. And with the 2 lakes in the area, that's why I'm so hopeful that I was going to be able to solve this case and find James. We're officially on the military base now. I honestly have no idea what we're getting ourselves into.